Hi, this is Darren Wilson. I'm at the Breakers Hotel in West Palm Beach, Florida, the site of the NFL owners meetings. And before we get into a lot of stuff about the tush push and a lot of rule changes, I want to talk about my conversation with Texans linebacker E.J. Speed. As you guys know, he has agreed to a one-year, $5 million contract. He gets $1.75 million to sign. Of the deal, $3.25 million of it is guaranteed. He has a Pro Bowl incentive that can pay him an extra $500,000. He's never been to the Pro Bowl. One of his goals is to make the Pro Bowl, obviously, and be regarded as one of the best at his position. And then he's got a couple of incentives, $500,000 for 88% of the defensive snaps, and another $500,000 for a total of $1 million achievable if he plays 90% of the snaps. So we didn't talk about money today. We talked about opportunity and why E.J. Speed is a Texan. And Fort Worth native, went to Tarleton State, Division II guy, paid a lot of dues, former special teams ace, 5th-round draft pick. And definitely has a chip on his shoulder. And one of the biggest reasons why he picked the Texans, no real surprise there. DeMeco Ryans, the presence of a former Pro Bowl linebacker, as he told me, someone that has done everything that I've done, been through what I've been through, understands what it is to be a player and play at this high level. So, yeah, some linebacker-to-linebacker conversations that they had. So a key factor, and remember, not every team has a former Pro Bowl linebacker that was an NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year as their head coach. So that is a edge for the Texans. Obviously, it all comes down to money, but it's also about opportunity, the reason why players choose teams. He had the Dallas Cowboys. He had the San Francisco 49ers. So he had a couple of options that he could have gone with. And the Texans actually offered the most in terms of money and, in my opinion, the most competitive team. So they've been in the division round game, the last couple of years. And in talking with EJ, one of the reasons that he chose them was the goal here is to win a Super Bowl with the Texans. He says they're loaded, a loaded team, and they've got vets, they've got rookies. As he said, they're right on the cusp. So he feels a lot of confidence in the Texans' ability to compete, and that's one of the reasons why he chose this team. And as he noted, you got to prove it on Sundays. That's why you go there. Pro Bowl, that hasn't happened for him before. 142 tackles last season's career high, so he's kind of hitting stride as a player now that he's a full-time defensive player, and he expects to earn whatever role he's going to have. He hopes to start next to Azeez Al-Shaair. That was another reason why he liked the Texans, because he saw what DeMeco Ryans did with Fred Warner and Azeez. So he mentioned Christian Harris. He mentioned Henry To'oTo'o. Said, Harris is a baller, but he's had injuries, so he didn't know quite what was going on with Christian. Obviously, he's got to stay healthy to be on the field. So that's some change. As far as the Pro Bowl aspirations, he wants to play the will linebacker spot. That's where I expect him to line up. He wants to get to the pinnacle of the position. So interesting to talk to EJ about his goals and looking at the whole defense. He wants to be part of the best linebacking core of the NFL. We'll see. That's something that they'll try to aim for. And definitely Azeez Al-Shaair, quality linebacker, so is E.J. Speed. So looking at everything and why he joined this team, he's looking forward to playing against the Colts, having a chance to actually tackle Jonathan Taylor and Anthony Richardson when he plays against them. Had to take it easy, obviously, in practice. Don't hit the quarterback. Don't hit the running back. And he said a warm goodbye on social media and also through me to the Indianapolis fans. Loves Lucas Oil Stadium, loves the city of Indianapolis, and loves that they took a chance on him as a Division II kid in the 5th round. So being in Houston now, he says they're going to get everything he has, and he's a competitor. He's also a trash talker, and that's kind of a fun thing with him and C.J. Stroud. I know some fans maybe have taken it a little too seriously as far as whether they have some kind of bad blood. Absolutely not. These guys are cool. They have known each other since before C.J. Stroud was drafted in the NFL. They used to have the same agent, David Mulugeta, and they know each other well. They just enjoy talking trash. That's a podcast thing. That's something that's for fun, and it doesn't mean anything. But they've always greeted each other warmly before and after games. So, yeah, these guys are cool. That's not an issue. But I know a lot of people wanted to know, was that a real beef? No, absolutely not. That's just for fun. That's kind of showbiz. And I think that keeps practice spicy. It's a good thing to have that kind of, just competitive fire, push each other. As you say, iron sharpens iron, all those good things. And you look at, what EJ did last year. As he said, it's a what have you done for me lately league. 142 tackles, that was great last year. He's got to do even more, this year. He's got to make bigger plays. He wants to take the football away. He wants to be part of the best defense as far as turnover game. That's a big thing. That's kind of music to DeMeco Ryan's ears because he wants them to be great at creating turnovers. Tomorrow, we're going to talk with DeMeco Ryans about acquisitions like EJ Speed and the trade of Laramie Tunsil. This is our first time getting the opportunity to talk with DeMeco about the overhaul of the offensive line, about everything they've done, adding C.J. Gardner-Johnson, about contract extensions for Daniil Hunter and Derek Stingley Jr., right there for Stingley at the top of the market for corners, 3 years, $90 million in new money. And now Daniil Hunter, one of the highest paid edge rushers, with a 1 year, $35.6 million extension and $55.1 million over the next 2 years. So $54.1 million of that is guaranteed. And you see everything that's going on with, the Texans. Obviously, it's an all-in approach, and that was something that definitely EJ Speed noticed, that they're going for it, that they're pushing all the chips in the middle of the table. This is not a team where they're looking to just make the playoffs. He said he wouldn't have come here, to go to a team that wasn't competitive. He wanted to be a part of a winner, and he wanted to play against the Colts. So it'll be interesting to add EJ Speed to the locker room, and had a good conversation with him on my way to the airport, out to Bush Airport, and now here I am later today in West Palm Beach, and excited to be here as always at the owners' meetings. Just saw DeMeco Ryans, just saw some of the guys that I know from the Ravens, like Eric DeCosta and other coaches, and all the executives from the league. So yeah, a cool event. Excited to cover it for you guys at YouTube, and of course at KPRC2. I'll be on the news tonight on Sports Sunday with Randy McElvoy. Look for a lot more coverage at www.clicktohouston.com and on my Twitter account at X, or whatever you want to call it, Aaron Wilson _NFL, and Instagram, Aaron Wilson 7128. It'll start bright and early tomorrow, and we'll get things rolling with DeMeco Ryans. Cal McNair is on Tuesday, and I'll probably have a few other conversations with various NFL people. I'm going to try to ask Sean McVay about Nick Caley. I'm looking forward to trying to get a question in on Tuesday at the NFC Coaches Breakfast. So reporting from West Palm Beach at the fancy Breakers Hotel, I'm Aaron Wilson. Please like and subscribe. This channel is free. It's for you guys. I love the comments and all the feedback I get. And yeah, let's keep growing the channel. We're nearly at 5,000 subscribers. We're very close. I know we can get there together, and I'm not putting any limits or ceiling on this thing. I'd like to be 10,000, 15,000, 20,000. Who knows? But I am enjoying YouTube and trying to get better at it. I'm trying to learn more about editing and things like that. But I appreciate you guys tuning in, and I look forward to our next conversation, which will be tomorrow, with takeaways from DeMeco Ryans and his press conference, and extra stuff that he'll be doing with the Houston media. There are a few of us here that made the trip to West Palm, so looking forward to bringing all that to you guys. Thanks.